Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to PSGL, and we're here after the week break for the esports. We're back here and it's the first league back. It's PSGL F13 and we're here around the streets of Azerbaijan, around the streets of Baku, which is home to 2.2 million people, and Baku has hosted some fantastic races. What comes to mind: 2017, 2018 and of course 2021, where this year we saw the Grand Prix where Max Verstappen, leading the Grand Prix, had a tyre blowout and ended up retiring from the Grand Prix, and he was incredibly lucky to turn right instead of left. We also saw Lance Stroll had a tyre blowout as well. We also saw Lewis Hamilton go straight on after the restart and the red flag with 3 laps to go as the magic break was on, and we saw Sergio Perez take his second ever F1 Grand Prix victory in first in Red Bull, and he actually ended up stopping literally after turn 1. So Sebastian Vettel returned to the podium for the first time as an Aston Martin driver for the first time in over 2 years, and we saw Pierre Gasly take his first podium, I think, since Monza, since he won, which obviously was a happy moment for me. But yeah, we're less about the real life Grand Prix. We're here for round 14 of PSGL F13, and the title battle is going down to the wire. But before I talk about the title battle, it would usually be Tom talking right now, but obviously Tom isn't here. It's his birthday, so I want to say happy birthday to Tom. Hope you enjoy your meal, mate. But the championship battle, there's 3 drivers within a win, and 1 driver just 1 point outside the win. So Dino Gaffel and Dion Noel are on 98, 89, 88 points respectively. 10 points between the 3 of them, with Gaffel being 9 points behind. And I think Dion Noel is 1 point behind Gaffel, 10 points, and stays only 17 points behind his Red Bull teammate. And talking about Red Bull, they're absolutely dominating the championship. I think they can confirm it if they just outscore Williams by 5, Aston Martin, sorry, not Williams, by 5 points, as they are 53 points clear. So that's practically, the Constructors' Championship is practically done. The Driver Championship is by far not done. But last time out we saw a win for Dion Noel in USA to take back-to-back victories for the first time this season. The only second driver to do that since Stay in round 9 and round 10 in Canada and Portugal, and Stay went on to get a second place in the round later. Maybe Dion Noel will hope for a 3rd victory in a row. Dion Noel is very quick, you know that. But obviously the podium sitters last time out were Dion Noel, Sarking in 2nd, and I believe it was, I believe it was Aero Specialist. Yeah, Aero Specialist coming in USA and got his first podium. We're here for Azerbaijan then. A very, very tough track. You are on the limit at all times, especially for that castle section. You know, drivers are going to have to take it very cautiously. If they want to attack, as like most drivers will, you're going to see a lot of wing changes, I'd assume so today. But I just wanted to say our thoughts here at PSGL are with the the Williams family, as we did sadly lose Sir Frank Williams this week. Such tragic news, you know. He's always, obviously, since I've been growing up, he's always been the team principal, like the owner of Williams, and obviously sold up, I think, in 2020. You know, rest in peace, Sir Frank. He was an absolute icon to many people. He's a legend of the Formula 1 world, you know, doing what he did, especially after his accident as well. It's incredible. You know, my commiserations are with my thoughts are with Claire Williams and the Williams family, and as a Williams team as a whole. But yeah, you know, it's sad, such sad news. But also, we've got a returnee. As you can see in the Mercedes, we have got, as most people, older people might know, in the musical Venom, that it is Mark Alimonde, who's in the commentary box with me in Mexico. He's racing today in the Mercedes AMG Petronas car. He says he's running a tribute helmet, the George Russell tribute helmet that you can get. But, you know, that is a nice little tribute, and obviously Frank Williams will be proud, and obviously Frank Williams will be looking down for the rest of the season in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, and for the finale, hoping the Williams boys do well. And you probably hope that the Williams boys in here will do well, you know. But yeah, like, it is such sad news that we lost a true legend of Formula 1. But yeah, we will hopefully start getting going soon. We've got 19 drivers in here. I think we're waiting for Stay to... No, he's in here actually. Who are we waiting for? The Alpine of Josh. So I don't know if Josh is racing or not. But yeah, hopefully we'll get going soon. There's now 18 drivers, so I don't know what's happened there. Maybe one of Ferraris are lagged out or something. But oh no, one of the Mercedes is lagged out. But yeah, let's hope for a good race today. Obviously, I'm on my own, so this could be interesting. Obviously, Azerbaijan has thrown up a lot of good races, you know. But let's see. Let's see indeed. This could get very... as a race, you know, Azerbaijan has thrown up, as we said, thrown up some very good races. That 2017 race as well. That was crazy. You know, Force India's colliding, Bottas got a puncture and still ended up on the podium. You know, let's... In 2018, we had the Red Bulls colliding, you know, and I think Bottas got a puncture on the last lap, didn't he? So... let's see how this goes. I think realistically, strategy soft hard, soft mediums, you can stretch it. You can start mediums as well if you wanted to. But I believe most drivers will do soft hards. You can undercut as well. The undercut is really strong around here. But we will see how the drivers get on tonight. 19 drivers in this lobby. I believe we'll start going very soon. It's 7:04, so let's see how this goes on. I believe that certain Mr. Andy Monda is excited to race it. I think he said it was his first, but it's his first race since March. So he's a legend of the PSGL community. He's well known for his commentary. You know, he's a very good commentator in PSGL F1. But yeah, you know, we've also got another legend in Mr. Grumpy here. He's been here all season. I think he's on 2 or 3 races this season. You know, he'll be hoping for a third race victory. I think 2. He'll be hoping for a third race victory today. It looks like we are readying up then with a 19 drivers. It looks like Josh hasn't turned up in the end. But yeah. We're just waiting for... So I was just looking at the Discord chat though, we're just waiting for a reserve driver to come in. I think it's EVG Evan. Yes, he is in, I think, now. For Josh. He'll be in the Alpine, the French car. I think it's French. The team from Amsterdam anyway. This race will be interesting, you know. I think you're going to see... Obviously weather could play a massive part of it, to be fair actually, but... This will be... strategy wise should be easy. Just soft hards, but... You know, we will... At the end of the day, if the strategy does go right, then... I can't speak today. If the strategy does go to plan, it will be soft hard or soft medium, depending on what the drivers want to do, because obviously stretching, you've got to stretch the softs an ridiculous amount on this track, and this track eats rear tyres for dinner. It honestly just eats it for dinner. Oh, Gerber's left. I don't know if you can join back, but yes. If you're in the chat, get your predictions down below. Who will be pole position for this Grand Prix? And what are your podium predictions? Bearing in mind the championship is going down to the wire between 4 drivers here potentially. Stage just has to outscore Dino to be within a shout of the championship fight, which means we could see 4 drivers going into Brazil, not Abu Dhabi, Brazil, which is going to be even epic finale. And Tom should be back for that next week. But it is a dry qualifying. I do need to turn my engine sound down. I believe I've turned it up because obviously it's really loud in my ear. But but that'll be fine. Just, it'll be really loud in my ears, obviously parties. It is what it is. Okay. 20 drivers, all competing for that P1 spot, especially on the street circuit. As Jolien Palmer's parents said, you have to be alert on the street circuit. Thanks, Jolien, for that statement. It looks like a Haas will come out first. Probably of Ishtrai or Sarking, one of the two, obviously. I believe it is Ishtrai. Yeah, it is Ishtrai to come out first, or both Haas to come out first, actually. So, the Haas have a plan just to get out quickly as possible and set a lap as quickly as possible. They're miles ahead, they're sector clear, so they must have gone really early thinking that there's rain coming potentially. I need to put tyres on actually. So a lot of people going on mediums, a lot of people, some people going on softs, some people going on mediums. I think it's medium, softs are both Ishtrai and Sarking, yes it is. This is a very tricky section in the car section. Hello to Ali Monda. So, yeah, I've already got the yellow flag, as I believe Tunetank has gone straight on. So not Tunetank, Phase Whip Killer, Tunetank from Alfa Romeo today. So I've been on the wrong one. I believe he went straight on. No, it was Dan, sorry. Anyway, I'm going to stick on board with Ishtrai as he comes down into the longest straight, the long kilometre straight, which feels like an absolute age after driving it. You just want to get the lap over and done with, all started. Get into turn one, you know, the brakes will be cold. Let's see, opens the DRS and up to approaching 203, 204 miles an hour. Right, does not ride the curve at all, comes into turn one. Yeah, very good turn one there. Into turn two now, this is a very tricky corner. Brake as late as you possibly can. Try and clip the curve on the inside, doesn't really do that. Doesn't really get that one right there, but opens the DRS now onto the back straight. The first four corners are 90-degree corners, that's what makes this track so challenging. Avoid this curve a little bit, but that can unsettle the rhythm of the car. Now into a very tricky chicane, where it's very easy to get your lap wrong here. And oh, he's gone a bit deep. You don't want to be riding the curve there because it's up slanted. Now he's going to get the traction exit good here because he's going to cut in, take that line perfectly. Now we're into the very tricky part of the section. Charles Leclerc Evans will clash. He said, I am stupid. Takes it very cautiously, which you probably have to go a bit wide there, which will compromise his exit and invalidate on his lap. We'll go down to Sarking, who's coming through the caster section. A bit of a scruffy lap from this trailer, but here comes Sarking and the track isn't really rubbered in. Takes the caster section very cautiously and then he drives his wheel. Goes a bit wide, doesn't abuse the track limit there, which is very good. Now into a fast triple corner section here. Two corner section now, so I cannot count. We're now into hard braking zone turn 15. We've caught a lot of drivers out in real life with the headwind. Downhill we go now into turn 16. The last real corner braking zone on this track. Gets it very right indeed. Into turn 17 and then we go into 18 and 19 and then 20. 18, 19, which are basically flat, and 20 is just a kink. So that's down a long kilometre straight now. It's the second longest lap on the calendar, I believe. Opens the DRS. You want to go as far left as you possibly can really to get the quicker lap time. It's going to be a 1:41.4 to set the banker, as I believe a Red Bull's out. He's on a lap and Lois has crashed out. Oh, he must have clipped the curve there. I believe Sabetti's on the lap. He's actually to come round on the lap. But he uses all the DRS he possibly can. He opens the DRS. When we come across the line, it will be a 1:41 flat as he sets the benchmark. Beyond null on mediums, like trying to get onto him. Will he improve on the 1:41 flat? He'll come across the line at 1:40.0. He's a second quicker than some of the softest guys. My goodness me, and that is why he's in the running. Marcus does a 42 flat, and that's why he's in the running for the championship. Look, he was out of it completely after what he did in Japan. I think he retired twice, I believe. Facebook could be the next one on the lap. On the medium compound tyres, he'll come across the line here, opens the DRS. The AlphaTauri Honda engine revving as fast as it can. It'll be a 1:40.5. That's a very good lap, 5 tenths off on the medium compound. Who will be next on cross line? Would it be Mr. Grumpy or was he starting a lap? I believe he's starting a lap, and so the next one will be Ishtry, I think. Is he going to complete his lap? Is he going to come into the pits? The DRS is a bit low. It looks like he will come into the pits here. Yeah, he will come into the pits then. I believe the next one is a Ferrari of Luke Red. And he'll come across the line. If you know you won't, he'll come into the pits. And Bruce Sarkin will also come to the pits. So the next one to come to the line will be, where is he? It'll be Stay on the medium compound tires. I will go for penalties actually, so I believe some penalties may have been applied. I will just check. .141 flat for Stay. We'll stick on board. I believe Don Gangs will be the next one to come across that. No, it won't. It'll be Savetti, so he'll probably pit in again. And it will be Dion. No, is he setting a better lap? No, he's not. It's Savetti setting a better lap. No, he isn't. So the next competitive lap time will probably be Marlon if he does not pit. And his DRS is running very low. But he looks like he's going to improve on his lap. And he does improve on his lap by 5 tenths. He must have lost some time there as well on the DRS. The next one comes across the line with Mr. Gumpers. He's coming through the penultimate corner. But as we come through the final braking zone, penalties, there are no unfair penalties for today's race. So there's no need to worry about that today. So everything is clean apart from the penalties that they will get in the race. Mr. Grumpy will shoot to the line. 1:39.6 is a very, very good lap there for the Alpine driver. I believe Facebook is going on a lap again, is he? No, he's 20 seconds down. There's a Mercedes of Alimonda. And he is physically the next one coming across the line as he'll start his lap. He's running the George Russell's Williams helmet today. We'll stick on board with him. The legend returns for the first time since March. He comes into turn 1 now. Rotates the steering wheel quite a lot. Into the second 90-degree corner then in sector 1. Does that very well indeed. Hugs the outside wall. It's a long straight towards turn 3 now. There's no Tom tonight. I will repeat, there's no Tom tonight as he's having a birthday dinner. So, happy birthday to Tom, as I said earlier, and hope he enjoys that. And he wants to come through the third and fourth, turn 3 and 4. Turn 5 now. Got a bit wide on the entry. Do you not want to clip that curve? That's a bit of a poor chicane there for Mark. He should be able to wrestle the car into turn 7. That's a very good line there. We want to take it inside if we can, not a Hulkenberg line though, because you will lose the wheel undamaged. Your front wing. That action was good. Bit slow there up the hill though. Gets the car rotated and fight. Now on the power as it's a double left-hander, 2 left-handers easily flat, and we're going to go downhill into a downhill braking zone of turn 15. Very hard to get it right. Easily to hit the barrier. Oh, unlucky there, but managed to get the car rotated, not hit the wall there. Into turn 16, the final corner of that. The curbs here are lethal. Apparently, purple sector 2, that will be impressive for years. Mr. Gumpers time is a very good lap time. Took Dion on to beat it though. As he runs across the DRS activation line, there's two DRS zones track into the home straight after turn 2. Mark Mondo will come across the line to set a 1:40.8 and go P5. That is very impressive from the returning Alimonda. Knowles on an outlap. I don't know who will be coming. I believe Ivan will be coming across the line to finish his lap. No, it's not been validated. Stay back out again. He's moving on that time by the looks of things. He's out of fuel. That's 53 Mo on the lap. Yes, he is. Something on board with him. Then we'll go on board with better than that. No, he is on a lap. I don't think he's on a lap. He is. He's just up against the chicane now. Someone's gone straight. Oh, I think it might be Dan. He's gone straight on at turn 2. It is Dan that's gone straight on turn 2. After 15, I might have tried to nick some slipstream now. Stay. Comes to line 1:41.7. It's the slowest time under a lot so far. Long time started that. impressive here for a little while. I'm down. We have a lock in turn 1, I think I heard. Mark is getting out of the way. So I thought Mark was near fast. I wonder what happened for him. Spun, but he's getting out of the way. Yeah, no one's got a lap, isn't he? Actually, we will wait for him. We'll stick on board with him after this. It's the best he's 4 tenths down actually. So we'll stick on board with Dion No. He took that very well. He's only 3 tenths up, I believe. So at the moment, it won't be good enough for P1. That's very the way he got that exit there was very good. Left, right, and we're going to go right again for the last kink. The actual last corner of this track. And he'll open the DRS here. The Aston Martin is going to zoom, approaching 200 miles an hour. There he goes, across the line, a 1:39.274, and he is 3 tenths of a lap, 3 tenths of a lap, 3 tenths of a second quicker on this lap. It's impressive. Is Manimon going to go for a lap? No, he's not, I believe. Next to the Coca-Cola, we'll be up to America. So he's 10th up. He's got no DRS though, no ERS, so apologies for yawning there. Been a very busy day. 6-1 back. We are fine. Gerber is up. I don't know if after this moment will improve. He is a 10th up. I don't know if he's going to pit though. Yeah, it looks like a real pit. Stick to it. No, he's not going to. It's not. Yes, he is pitting. Gerber then. Both the Haas have come out of the exact same time. Is that strategic there? Maybe getting a little bit of slipstream, which isn't allowed here actually. It isn't allowed in PSG anymore. Gerber, is he pitting? No, he's not. He's 6 to the left. Sector 140.6. I just want to see what the Haas are doing. It's Sarking in front. To Ish-Try, which isn't allowed in PSGL. Yeah, it is. Look, it isn't allowed in PSGL. So that is interesting. Obviously, he didn't end his lap, but that might be allowed. He wasn't to complete his lap. And here comes Ish-Try then. We'll stick on board for that. I don't know who's next. You'll know what we're coming in again. The next one comes off Dan. Oh, what's happened there? Someone between Juho and Very good killer. Dan anyway. Coming through the last 3 parts of the track, the easiest 3 parts of the track probably. The zoom to the line. What will this be? It will be a 1:44.2. Just 3 seconds of that slower than everyone else. I think he's struggling a little bit around this track. Dino's actually out on laps. Yep, so Gaffle's not boxed yet. I believe who are we on board with before? I was on a lap. Ish-Try, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Gabba's not on a lap. Is Gumby, Mr. Gumby's not also on a lap. That's what Williams isn't it? That's who has been. Mr. Gumby's just started his lap. I think the Alfa Romeo will start his lap as well. Yes, it will. So it is this time next to the line then. I believe. If Gabba does not pit. He doesn't, to be fair, so he's going to go on another lap. Can't going to do it. Ish-Try. We come across the line and we don't get. He did do the other little slipstream at the start here. It'll be a 1:40.2, and that takes him onto P3, just ahead of his teammate. P4. Second row lockout, and who's next to come across the line? Will it be Whip Kill? No, it'll be Dan again, won't it? Jake comes up here, and he stays just behind him, tucking in for a slipstream. That's smart from Jake. It might cost him a bit of dirt, yeah, but obviously dirt doesn't really affect him around this track too much. And there's not many medium speed corners around this track, to be fair. Do a very hard braking zone or snap out corners. So still get a toe from Dan. This will be a big toe. Oh, I've accidentally put that. It's a big toe as well. As he ends up overtaking him nearly, comes across the line, Stay goes third, Dan stays P miles for 1:43. This is going to be 6 times up here. This is an impressive lap. It's a very impressive lap indeed. Opens the DRS. to be 1:38.99008. Goes 2/10 quicker than his nearest rival, Dion Knoll. A very impressive lap there. We're nearly in the 1:38. There's 9-second lap, and Juhofin just clipped the curb. That's got to be careful. He does. Juhofin just clipped the curb a little bit by the looks of things, and just lost it. Gerber, is he going? He's just going to go again. He's not going to pit. Betty, did he improve? He didn't. He's going to go again, I think. I don't know what the time is on this track. I don't like what time's left. Like about 3 minutes, I think. So I don't think this will go for another lap. So he constantly, that means I can't actually see 1 minute 44. So this Grumpy will not go for another lap. Well, is he going for another lap actually? And he's invalidated anyway. He can go again if he wants to. I think he is going to go again if he wants. Does this indicate there might be a dry, wet start? Obviously, maybe not. We'll see. Let's wait and see. But you know, Mr. Grumpy, is he going to go for it again? 90-ish% ERS. He doesn't hit in. And Mr. Grumpy at the moment is on provisional pole. The fact is though, I don't know who's on our lap and who isn't. I think Luke Red's actually going to start. What happened? I thought I just see someone crash. Dion Knoll. We will stick on board with Dion Knoll. Dion Knoll is the one that we are looking out for. He's got to improve by 0.2 of a second to basically finish pole, to get pole. Dion's on an out lap, but Gaffel is not coming out. Ivan's gone straight on at turn 1, so I'm guessing the brake magic was on, so that's his lap room. He'll start on P15. When they tried to set a lap run, which is interesting. Dion Knoll's the only of the top 5. The fact is, the first and second are nearly a second clear of everyone else. That is outstanding. The 10th up into turn, step 1 gets the chicane very right. That's nailed on the chicane. They come into turn 7, I believe now. This could get interesting between the two. You might want to pay attention. Oh, that's not a good. Oh, look at the bit of slip of the rear of the front wing. That could cost him some time. And a bit more of the front wing there. He could be getting damage from this. Damage is very sensitive on this game. Doesn't look like it at all. A bit of a poor second sector here from Dion Knoll. He knows that he can improve. He knows that. He might be getting a bit. Oh, I just missed that. Mark has gone for P3. Danny Wander's gone P3. What a lap time from the returning legend. That is an outstanding lap. He's only a 10th up here, so you need to nail this corner. He did get a good exit. This is a race to the line now. Luke Torell and Marlon are just towing each other. Luke Torell's just towing. This could go down to everything. We'll stick on board with Dino because I know where Dino's going to finish. Luke Torell goes 7th, Marlon goes 10th. Dion Knoll, not pole! He's a 10th off. Just under a 10th off, and they're nearly over a second quicker than everyone else. Wow, the only guys that are in the sub 100-second laps. Dino, we forgot about him. He's not been in the running at all, but he'll come to the line and go. That's a 1:40.3 P7, and that rounds off your qualifying. Ivan's got to come to the line and pit in. So it's Mr. Grumpy on pole position from 3rd place in the championship, Dion Knoll in 2nd, and the returning Mark Alimonda in P3. Stay in 4th, Ishtry in 5th, Sarking in 6th, Dino in 7th, Luke Torell in 8th, Basil Pico in 9th, and Gerber in 10th, who will all start on the soft compound tyres. And the guys who get 3 tyre choices are Marlon, Sabetti, Ad53 Mo, Dan WDL, Cam Rules, Ivan, who Dan WDL's last set that time, so Cam Rules, Ivan, and Noisia and NSR, Danks, Juhofin, and Gav Hall all didn't set that time, but they all have 3 tyre choices going into the race. In about 10, about 30, about 20, about 2 minutes time. So, that's a very entertaining qualifying session. The race could be even more interesting. I'm just waiting, I believe, for someone to retire. I believe it. I think we're just waiting for qualifying to end actually. Gerber. Oh, Gerber went third, sorry, my apologies. Are we glitched? I think Gerber's got to retire. But yeah, Gerber went third in the end, so he... It's then for Gerber to retire. But I take your grid there, but if Gerber just retires, it'll be easier. Obviously today, you know, this could be. Oh Jesus, that's a bit quick. But yeah, like, let's just see how this pans out, because you've got a Mercedes 3-4, you've got an Alpine on pole, Aston Martin in second, and all, I think, no, not all, Haas, third row, fourth row. You've got Haas Red Bull, and a Ferrari. Like, the race will pan out to be an interesting one. Keep your eyes interested, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. The race is coming, hopefully, very soon. If Gerber would retire, I think he's got to retire and that's it. But performance of qualifying for me has got to go to Mr. Irtan Monde, coming home in P4 on his return. That is something special. You know, it's very rare that you do see someone returning. Is Gerber going back out? Hang on, is Gerber's... Oh, we're going to stick on board Gerber for this lap then. Oh, this is getting interesting. Imagine if he just nicks pole. I am very sorry for this finish. F1 game is very glitchy. If Gerber's still pole, he's retired now. There we go. Finally, Gerber has retired. So the race. I just realised Gerber you can't set a lap during mid quality, can you? But that is your grid there. I'll have read that out. I'll read it out again, no. So it's Mr. Grumpy on pole, Dion Nolan second on the front row. That'll be a spicy front row, 9,300 in between it. 6 attempts back is Gerber. Back then it's the returning Alimonda. Stay in 5th, Ishtray in 6th, Sarking in 7th, the all Spanish hash duo. Dino in 8th, Luke Torred in 9th, Facebook Kid in 10th. They'll all get to start of the softs, tyres, and these lots will. Facebook will start on mediums actually. So Juho Finn will start at the back of the grid as he got a time penalty, not a time penalty, just a grid penalty for colliding with Phase Whip Killer on that out lap. So there's a dry race to start with. So a bit of cloud in the distance though. Potentially could have some water droplets onto the track, but we'll see. This race is going to pan out to be a very intriguing one. So keep your eyes watching, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we do have F2 coming up at 8 o'clock, but the race should be done and dusted. Well, not done and dusted, but we should be coming to the closing stages there at that point, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, make sure you watch this as well. You put this on your phone and get the laptop out and watch your F2 as well while you're watching this. You know, but you know, kind of up to Christmas as well, so you know, why not? But Gerber has now left the session again. I don't think he'll be on the grid, will he? Unless it's ghosted. We ghosted, won't we? Yes. Mr. Grumpy will lead them off then. So let's have a look at the tyre compound choices. It is medium compound tyres for Marlon, Sabetti, Camels, Ivan, NSR, Tunetank, and Juho Finn. Hards for F13 and Sauce with Dan and Gareth Hall, who wants to get away as quickly as possible as his championship rival is in 8th position. His other one is in 2nd, and another one is in P5. So they will either want to go as quickly as possible. So they're not hanging out on this one. They are going, they're bolting. But let's wait and see. Facebook has been disqualified with Luke Torred, but Luke Torred, I'm not really happy about that. All Facebook might be happy about that. Gerber has got a joy at some point though, otherwise he would be disqualified. Then Mexico, he was on pole and got punched on lap 2 when he rejoined, so that was gutting in a very wet Grand Prix there, but they're not hanging about. And Dion Knowles is really overtaking Gerber's AI. He isn't hanging out there, was he? Here we go then, Mr. Grumpy in P1 on the grid. His first pole position for a long time. I think it's like his first pole position of the season actually. Tom would know, I don't. Obviously, I haven't been here for a long time. But this will be an interesting start, you know. A short run down into turn 1. Mr. Grumpy is backing him up now. As he weaves, Dion Knowles got to be careful, he's going to right up the gear up. As we are preparing to start the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Oh, I need to probably sort that out. So I'll probably have to turn my phone off now. Right, so put my phone into airplane mode. So, here we go then. This is not a great camera angle for us. But let's sort stuff out. Everyone's lined up. Here we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We're racing in Azerbaijan on the streets of Baku. It's a good start from Gerber's AI actually. It's an incredible start. Mr. Grumpy leads. Oh, Dion Knowles gone a bit deep there into turn 1. A bit of carnage in the background there. Everyone managed to get for safety, I believe. But Mr. Grumpy leads into turn 1 from Dion Knowles and from Gerber, who's in Ghost Star. Everyone displayed and I believe it's a house round. This has of his try is round. Goodness me, it's a bit of carnage into turn 2 there. I believe Dino's managed to get in some out of trouble there. But wow, what a start from Mr. Grumpy. I believe Alimonda slid a little bit into turn 2. It's causing a little bit of carnage to the back end of the grid, but Ishtar got spun round, I believe, or he spun himself round. I don't know what happened there. But as it was for the top 5, I think it's for the top 6 actually, as it was. So for the top 5 it is as it was, and this try from P6 is lost out into P20. Facebook kill on 7th and on the medium quantities is impressive. To come to the famous castle section for the first time, for the first of 26 times, 26 laps around here, very short race, but Dionol's struggling, he's actually struggling a little bit. Mr. Dummy's gone. The fuel light's on for Dionol, so he's underfueled the car, so he's going to fuel save today. Stick on board a Facebook killer who is on the back of Sarkin using ERS as well, and gets past his McLaren teammates. Facebook can send it, a bit of contact on the rear left wheel. Could potentially lead to some damage, but not much there. Zylan's got past that for 50 mode. There is the predicted 1-stop strategy and 2-stop strategy for the drivers today. Mr. Grumpy's round! Mr. Grumpy's lost his wing as well! Oh, it's gutted. I did not know this. I've just seen it spin. And he's lost his wing. That is so going from P1. He must have clipped the curb, but completely lost it. But he's lost his wing. He's not out of the Grand Prix. Oh, man. That's how many times has he lost it when he's leading or going on to potentially get a good points position? Mr. Grumpy boxing for a new front wing then onto the medium quad tyres, nothing to lose now. As F13 gets a penalty for speed, and Mark Alimonda's in P2. Can you believe it? Stays on side, sent it on go they are, which is fair enough. It is fair enough to be fair. Go they are is a bit of a nuisance at the moment. So the Red Bull driver into P3, sorry. Then there's another predicted stop strategy there. So medium, hard, medium. There's a bit of a kerfuffle going on behind here actually. Cam moves on the side by side with Savetti. Just to get interesting into here, and Savetti does back out. It leaves him vulnerable to Dino, who's he going to send into turn 15? No, he's not. Where is Gamble actually? He's in P16. I think at the moment, Dino will be very, very close to Dino. Maybe leading the championship actually going into Brazil. Dino. There you go then. Facebook kills on the back of Sarking. No DRS yet until lap 3, remember. We're going to stick on board with this battle first because Alimonda is using all his DRS. And into turn 1, he does not make the move. Facebook the killer down the inside of the medium combat tires in a very good position at the moment. Makes it to stick. Goes a bit wide to pick up a track limits warning for that. And I believe Dino's coming into the pits. Is this an early pit stop? Yes, it is an early pit stop. So Dan's got no front wing. Well, he's got no parts of the front wing. So it's an early pit stop for Dino. Mr. Grumpy will come out ahead of him. It's going to be very close. He comes out ahead of him. So the undercut is very powerful around here, don't forget. I think that's why Dino's come in very early. But Dongdank's got past Juhofin. DRS is not enabled yet. It will be enabled now. And it seems like Dionol has absolutely blitzed it away from the pack. 4 seconds in 3 laps. Championship contender knows what he's got to do. Take the lead into Brazil. Let's go back into P5. There's a massive midfield battle going on between. You can't. The issue is you've got Mr. Grumpy and Dino who are going to be closing up at a rapid rate to knots, and they'll be back on the back of Dongdank soon. And that's a great camera angle, isn't it? To showcase the battle between these three here. Gaffel is in that battle, so that's a worrying sign for Gaffel because he gets the pit. Maybe Gaffel does what Dino does and just tries and gets out, undercut, undercut the guys ahead of him. Oh, you'll get that on. Here comes the DRS. DRS is enabled this lap, don't forget. You'll see speeds approaching probably a good 207, 208 miles an hour. And people are pitting already. People are pitting already off the soft compound tyres. So that's for an undercut, probably to cover off Dino and Mr. Grumpy, who pit earlier. Mr. Grumpy has to do it because of front wing damage, but you know, Mr. Grumpy's not out of it yet. Probably best lap to lose it on with that front wing lap one. Dionol's not in, probably just trying to undercut Dionol actually. Where does Mr. Grumpy come out ahead actually? He's come out ahead of Stay. I can just see it on the mini map there. I don't know if he does actually. Mark comes out ahead of Juho Finn. That was close. He just come out ahead. But now look at the battles they're all in now. Gap off into P9. Dino behind Stay. And those two are fighting for championship. Stay does not want to let him pass. You'll know that because Stay has to outscore Dino by 1 point to stay in the championship fight going into Brazil. But just thinking, does Dino respond or does he save the tyres? I think he probably pit advantage him to cover off the undercut. The gaps are quite short, you know. Facebook Killer isn't doing much. The problem is, I think he's gone wide actually. Yeah, he's gone wide. Oh, Sebastian! I don't know whose fault was that there, but Facebook comes on. Oh, that's a safety car. That'll be a safety car as well. It is a safety car. Dino has been saved. You can't do that, Facebook Killer. You can't do that. This has ruined a very good strategic race there. Dino, that means Dino can pit if he wants to. He probably will. That's then. It would have been interesting to see how. It would just be interesting. It would have been interesting to see where he comes out. But that just ruins what would be a very good race. And the medium runners will stay out, some of them will, some of them won't. It doesn't ruin the race completely, it just ruins the prospect of what would have been a very good strategic element of a battle. But Dino will come out there behind his Aston Martin teammate then, so he has been saved by the safety car. This will come up to P7 then, so you can see Dino there again. He'll need to get past Tunetank, who isn't the fastest driver, we know that. Compared to everyone, well not quite everyone, but compared to the guys up front, you know, he has been up there before. It looks like his pace is struggling. He's struggling around this track for some pace at the moment, but you know, tyres gonna take a while to catch up. Take a while to catch up. Might come in. They'll probably come in next lap, but we'll see. Wing damage and just trying to crash out. It's a shame. So we're under safety car condition due to Vader the Killer purposely crashing out after getting wind damage. But there's a party mood around Azerbaijan today as the F1 racing. Camels leads from Marlon from NSR, from Dino from Tunetank, from Olemonda, from Mr. Gun from Sabetti, from Stay, from Gerber. That is the top 10. I believe Gerber might be disqualified though, as he isn't actually racing at the moment. So that's getting interesting. Obviously, he also did do the safety car pitch. Did qualifying bit by not tiring. So Oh, Sarking's got a 5-second penalty for hitting Ivan, or Ivan must have hit him then, but Ivan didn't get it. But safe call will be in this lap, I believe, because Dan's pit again onto the hard, so he's going to go to the end. Do you hope he's going to return to that? He's being no, and that's on medium compound tyres. Now I'm thinking, if you're going to pull, do you attack as hard as you possibly can? I think the medium's got to the end as well, so let's see how it will go. Nah, medium's not going to. Actually, I don't know if medium's going to the end, but let's see how the likes of Dino get through the pack, the likes of Mr. Grumpy, Dion Knowles, the leader of the championship as it stands, I believe. Dino isn't scoring any points. Ooh, be careful there. Limonza. This guy should be in this lap. We're going. I believe safe car's in this lap. Yeah, we're back to our safe car's gone down. Here we go then, let's be sure to stick on board with Cam Walsh because you don't know where he's going to go. He's backing him up to the finish line, I think. Is he going to go soon? He does not want to go now because he will just tow everyone down the straight. He just weaves and weaves and weaves. And he's bolted now. It's go, go, go. We're going for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the restart of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, may I add, as he leads into turn 1. A bit of a gap as he sank from Tunetank, so I don't think he actually got a good start there, Tunetank, but NSR's going to go down the inside of Marlon, of Dino. He's got to let his teammate pass, surely, for the championship. Yes, he does. Mr. Grumpy's had a poor restart, so Limonda's going to get a bit hasty. Two friends, Limonda, Mr. Grumpy, are they sending down the inside? No, he's not. So Betty might be though. That's Gerber. Was getting passed by Sarking's AI. Dropping down over. Oh god, what's going on here? Sarking's going to the wall. So the restart's been very hasty to this race. Mr. Grumpy's on the back, he's got past anyone actually. He's on the back of Tunetank here. You might want to get past him as quickly as possible because Dion Knowles literally up 4 or 5 seconds up the road already. We're going Tunetank. There's no DRS until 3 laps after the safety car restart. Wow. Stays in the back. Oh, Limonda's other system getting interesting here. Slipstream Fest. The toe isn't strong. It's going to get past Tunetank. He needs to in turn to try and catch up the deal. No, he does not. He's experienced more spins than that, but he's got a very good run into turn 2. Tunetank defends inside, moves a little bit. That's a bit silly. Bit of contact, nothing that major. Something happened to the board to back as this try, I think, has gone round again at turn 2. Oh, that's going to be damage. That's going to be damage. He tanked the back of that car very hard. To look at the front wing, really, but it might be a bit of a green one. Mr. Grumpy in P6. Alemans on the back of Tunetank. Gaps trying to form the front 5. They're doing what they can. Really. Oh, Campbell's around. Campbell's around. From the lead of the Grand Prix as he reset the track. He has. Luckily, the ghosting mechanisms on. Oh, he just unghosted when Mr. Grumpy is coming up to him. Alemans finally got past Tunetank. Tunetank's about to get overtaken by Dino by the looks of things. DRS has now been enabled. It's 3 laps after the restart. Didn't get past. This is a bit of a queue for him here. No, yeah. It's a street circuit, so traffic jam is bound to happen. Gaffles in this, and Gaffles knows that Dino's only 3 positions ahead of him. Dino's actually is under pressure from Starking. He's got a 5-second stop go penalty. 5-second stop go penalty. Or 5-second time penalty. I don't know which one it was for colliding with the guy behind him, Ivan. But there's Gaffle. You can see here's a Red Bull championship teammate, but knowing that Del Nolo is leaving the tactic going into Brazil. They can't get past. He just cannot get past. Whatever he's trying to do, he just cannot get past. He'll probably go with DRS. Tunetank's doing a very good job of holding up. So, what happened to Betty? Oh, he's pit. Okay, I'd say what happened to Betty, he's pit. No penalties picked up from anyone just yet. Very hard chance to get penalties out. I think Dino had to pick up all, you know. He could be under pressure here because he's 8 tenths back from staying. Teammate. Doing the pressure. Oh, I believe Dan spun it. He has done, yes. Did they just hit the wall? Oh, Ivan's round. Mr. Noisia's out. And what's happened to Noisia? He just crashed. Whoa, 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 yeah, aye, aye, aye. Safety car, yes. What happened to Noisia? Did he just lose it? Did he hit the wall? We've got another safety car today. Second one out of this Grand Prix. This race has spiced up even more now because people will probably pit for the mediums again, which means that it'll be mediums to the end really. So yeah, Grumpy after hitting the wall in lap 1, it's probably the best lap to do because he undercut that big time. So let's see. C and D first. He takes cover for pitting. Ivan's on to soft with the run winner last. I'm expecting Dion Noel to pit. He does not pit. Okay, my bad. I'm expecting the medium runners to pit. I think Mr. Grumpy will probably pit, right? Get himself some fresh boots on. And go to the end of the race. I think everyone will practically pit. Stay's gonna stay out. Big deal's gonna come in. The Hondas do not. The Red Bulls do not pit. Marlon's on to hard. He's got Eden right on the hard combat side of it. The mediums don't last for by looks of things then. And they want on medium coming soon. And they want to come through the field. But as you see here, 3, the 4 championship rivals are 1, 2, 3, 5. That's what we love to see, isn't it? So, still not leading from Dino. That's 6 points gained. That would mean he'll be coming into the last race 5 or 4 points behind. Now that gets interesting, doesn't it? That will get very, very interesting. Not everyone's caught up yet. We'll be in next. That's I hope, I assume. Oh, what's happened there? Someone's hit the wall. I thought we were going then. I looked up and thought we were going. But no. I was going to say, well, I would have said come in. But, so, just thinking here, right? The medium, so, obviously, medium ones are trying to stretch those mediums to. What the mediums, which is fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. That'll be quicker, but they will be very, very far behind eventually after the safety car comes in. Also because we're going to get going on this lap then. I assume Dan will just have to catch up on his own time. I don't expect him to catch up. He might catch up, to be fair. They are just going to catch up one. I think Aston Martin's have lost podium as well. Don't know. Obviously, Red Bull just have to score 5 points more than Aston Martin, their champions, I think. So that should be fine. No, sorry. No, Aston Martin outscored Red Bull by a stupid amount. I think it's 17 and 12, 29, 53, 21, 24 points, I think. £24 points at outscored them by. I doubt they will. So to take the Constructor Championship to Brazil. Safety car isn't in this lap, hasn't been called in. So that's surprising. So good Dan hasn't caught up, so we'll be out for one more lap. Let's see then. I'm just are we going in? It is in this lap, I think, actually. No, it's not. It's not going in exactly, is it? It's the lights still on, yeah. It's not doing all doing. They warm up their tyres, you know, old tyres, they're going to take longer to warm up. So safety car will be in this lap. Up. So, revving the engine to 0-0. You've done this loads of times before. They've got to restart. The hards will make it to the end from here, yes. But I don't know if the mediums will. Like, I'm starting on the. We're going to safety car in this lap. 13 more laps. 0-0 then backs up back up. Steadily. So they got all wasn't really contact between him and Steve there. Oh, I thought there was contact, but after Marlon collided. The two McLaren guys have collided there. So go, revving the engine, warming the engine up. When does he go? You do not want to go the whole way down the straight. Oh! Mr. Grumpy and anyone that hits each other. That's because Dion's going really slowly. After his mode, I think spun. So that wouldn't be a safety car, but there you go then. He's done so slowly, they just hit each other. Oh, two friends are gone, but he's gone under the Rolex bridge. There we go then. On the outside, it's the outside curve, that's a good restart. Mr. Grumpy's got past Gerber. Alimondo's got past Cam Rawls, a bit of argy-bargy there. Get out of my way, basically. So it's going to restart there from Dion Knoll. Sarking on the back of Dino. We'll see what second ball is. Sarking and Gareth, you know, battling away. This could get very spicy indeed, so keep your eyes peeled here for 12 laps as they hit the clock, kick 5 past 8 in the evening, 6 past 8 in the evening. Obviously, there's a football game on, but you know, we can leave that. It's two teams aren't even that good anymore. Gareth, oh, something's happened between Ivan and Juventus, I believe. I think Ivan's going straight on. Yellow flag on. Sarking. Let's have a look at penalties quickly, actually. So there's 12 seconds for everyone. Marlon's got 10 seconds. Could get interesting here. Gareth was backed off away from him, Sarking. There's lots of time to stay and saves lots of time to deal or not. Also, the guys in front won't pit. Marlon will be leading this Grand Prix by the time the guys in front pit. It's outstanding to say, oh my word, Luke Perez's gone really wide through that corner. And Milan's almost hit the wall trying to overtake him. They're trying to stretch it to soft maybe actually. Marlon, Luke Perez battling away, squeezes, be careful boys. He's squeezing as much as they possibly can to get battling, to be fair. I'm on the outside. Luke Perez has got him, and something's happened between Tunetank and Ivan. I'm just tired actually. Not great for his reserve race. And Azerbaijan will go. Guy's going to send it down the inside in turn 3. Oh, Campbell's just hit Miss Grumpy, and this trying to hit the wall. What's happening there? Campbell's just trying to send it, and Campbell's probably out of go. Mr. Grumpy's saying, "Oh, give me some more room, but Mr. Grumpy gives him as much as he possibly can." So lap 15 of 26, I believe. Ivan's retired. Actually off. Marlon on the back. Gaff also on the back of Sarkin. We'll see one ball of Sarkin here. So this is going to get interesting. Jonas isn't enabled yet until 3 laps time. Slipstream, just now enabled this lap. Slipstream, ERS, using all he can, as I think Sarkin pulled up into the pit, and that was almost leading. And Richard had also pulled up into the pit. So we've got the medium runners now pitting for soft on my tyres, potentially maybe mediums. Soft might make it to the end, do less fuel, less load into the tyre. Yeah, loads of medium runners now comes in. Dan's been up 7 stops this race. So the stops he was made. Dan's made 4. There's 4 stops that he's made. There's a penalty situation for everyone. People are serving him now. Medium combat tyres to everyone, so it's not my suggestion that soft combat tyres will not really get to the lads. Now the battle for the win here is probably between Mr. Grumpy, Alimonda and Marlon. I don't know, I assume so anyway. Talking all that. We'll close in on the hards. And those 2 hard combat runners. Will Dionel pit is the answer, is the question, sorry. And he's got to answer the question now, and he's not going to. Are they going to try and make it to the soft run and then try and do that? That's probably what they're going to do, yeah. So that is interesting. So that is interesting, to be fair. And him on the back of Mr. Grumpy. 2 friends became a bit of foes on lap 13 as they hit each other. Well, I think Animal did hit him, but let's see then. It's about to P6 into the P2. Net P2, I believe this will be, as the 4 runners in front of them really stretching to soft. But we have got the 4 main title contenders, P1, 2, 3, and 4. That could get interesting as undercuts could be happening. Grumpy didn't do too well there through that chicane, so doing a bit of a run. Will he go to look? No, he won't look, surely not. No, he will not. Bit of battle going on behind between Dan WDL and this try will keep that on the mini lap. DOS will be enabled for Dan. Oh, and he had a bit of a poor counter section there. Now Marlon has probably had a poor one himself, to be fair. Lost a lot of time in that last sector. So Ali Montesino does pit. So I believe Dino will also pit. So Gaffel says that for an extra lap. The undercut is powerful around here, as I've said multiple times. So let's see how Gaffel gets on. But it looks like he's struggled this lap because he's lost out a lot of times to Marlon. Just struggling on a bit of worn tyres. He's got a bit of damage as well potentially. Medium compound tyres for Dino and Dionel. Dionel's come out in P6 behind this fresh air, so that could be huge. Oh, what's happened now? Dionel's not involved. Dionel's not involved. Cam Wilson, I think, is just done a silly thing. He probably took the ball on Shaykan. Not be happy with himself. Grumpy in a bit of oh, the overtaken. The overtake Marlon, so Marlon's having an issue there. So I was not looking at the screen. But Mr. Alexander will go for it down the inside. Push away with DRS there. You will have DRS on Mr. Grumpy. Mr. Grumpy, it's a P3 and at P1. So Mr. Grumpy, after spinning on that one, is leading the Grand Prix. Well, theoretically. That's if two guys pit in front. I don't think they will pit. If it is, Alemander's risking it. He's risking it. It's not going to be a safety car, I don't think. But he risked it. He went for it, and if he did it with an absolute masterstroke call, I'd save his penalty as well. Oh, it is a safety car. It is a safety car. I've just seen it. Yep, come out. So it is a masterstroke call from Alemander. He has also got damage, so that is a very good call from Alemander there to pit onto a soft compound tyres. Mr. Grumpy Marlon, he'll get the penalty serve. McGann falls there, being saved. No, on the receiving end of an awful decision. It's not an awful decision, but on the receiving end of a safety car. He might still come out ahead of Garfield. I don't think he'll come out ahead of Stay. So, our third safety car. Everyone, theoretically, might pick this off, but I believe John Nolan and Stino will stay out. If the six are down to time, this safety car come out. Right, it was a very late call from this actually. So that was interesting. And Garfield's got a drive-through penalty. Drama at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix as he was speeding under a safety car, and he has to serve that. He can't not serve it. So I don't know if he knows he can serve it under a safety car, but everyone's going to come into it because theoretically you've got to, because it's soft compound tyres. And he has come in. He's gone very slowly into the pit lane now. Oh, and he's still fed. Disaster. Absolute disaster there. He's going to go to the hard compound tyres. That's okay. I mean, okay. Interesting. And I think that's him out of the championship right now, though. Anyway. Excuse me. That is probably definitely him out of the championship fight. And we've got a serve, a stop, go. Which is a shame, as he was fighting him the whole way, and unfortunately this is where it comes to the end. But you know, he's been a great servant to the championship. He's provided some action. It's not over yet for him though, because obviously something could happen, but I highly doubt it will. Lap 20 out 26, the Mercedes safety car is out for the third time today. Obviously, the news in real life that the Aston Martin safety car has been painted in bright green for Saudi Arabia's colours. An interesting call. I'm not a big fan of it, but you know, each their own. This car won't be in the Saudi green next lap. Gernolder's lead, but the guy behind him, Stay, is on soft compound tyres. He must have pit. I did not expect to see him pit. Oh yeah, he was safe, wasn't he? Oh, Gafford's pitting now. He's trying to serve his drive for penalty. Is he trying to serve the drive for penalty? He can't do that under safety car conditions. This is going on to soft. Yeah, I think he might try and serve it the first time. So he'll serve his first time stop there as well, which is fair enough. No. Safety car number 3 will be in this lap. So a 4 lap sprint to the end. Everyone goes off apart from Sarkin, Dino and Dionolga, but AI is also on. Is that it? Yeah, it's good. Yes. Oh, what happened? Okay. Yeah, his AI is also on medium. So everyone's conscious has been served. Of Marlon. And Gafford, what drive through. Got it in this lap. Here we go then. Stay on soft. Has to just outscore Dino. He's in the championship fight going into Brazil. We will probably have a three-way battle, not a four-way battle. But still amazing. I mean, we thought it would probably be stay, Dino and Gafford, but we don't know. Dino and stay. The top 3. Yeah. And stay will probably be an outside chance. Dino will probably be. Well, it will be a big chance of winning. Which means if he wins this race and Dino comes in 3rd, he'll be a champion no matter what if he wins the Grand Prix. Because he's engine braking, the brake boosting, to save up some fuel, the fuel and the OS. When does Dino go? Oh, what's happened here? He's going now. He is going now. I will. Thompson told me that I need to turn my mic down, up, or I'll turn the volume cards down. For the second stage does very well, to be fair, to keep the toes a bit battling going on behind Mr. Grumpy on Dino. He still has a chance to win his race, Mr. Grumpy. Don't forget. Dino's on medium, so. Each level stays on soft, so Mr. Grumpy could get a podium. Oh, Dino's had a bit of a moment. I will quickly turn my sound down. That's the race director. That's the wrong one. I'll turn my sound down so that people can hear me. And he'll come, Mr. Grumpy now. Into P3. Be careful. Don't want to get a warning. Now, Dino out of the podium positions, which means I think Dino will gain 8 points. Oh, he's almost lost it, to be fair. Now Mr. Grumpy's on the back of stay. This could get interesting. 2 stop on this will probably be the lead of the Grand Prix if if they can catch up to Dino in time. There will be DRS on lap 25. Switching the big thing here. Marlon's going to get Dino here. Marlon has got a 5-second worth penalty, so just needs to go as quickly as possible. We'll stick on board with We'll stick on board with Marlon. Marlon will, as he's always deploy, he's going to go down the inside, and he will overtake the lead for the lead of the Grand Prix. Mr. Grand Prix is very close now to stay. a bit of this will get interesting towards the end of the race when DRS is enabled, and obviously Stay needs to just close up the gap to Dion by less than 1 second, as that will mean he has activated DRS, but he just literally can't. Whatever he's doing, Dion is rapid on the medium with compound tyres. Like, I think Grumpy needs to get past Stay. I think Grumpy's quicker than Dion at this current point, but he's obviously stuck behind in the dirt, turbulent air. He's got a very good run out there. Now he can use DRS. Is Stay using it? Yes, he is using overtake. Mr. Grumpy is saving it up. Dion has 50. Mr. Grumpy has 20% more than these guys in front. Now it's where he's going to go for it. Is he going to go for it here? The answer is no. No, deployment will be used. Don't want to cut the curve like you did last time. You're leading. Here goes then. Mr. Grumpy, 10th behind. Pushing as hard as he possibly can. Stay not using DRS. He knows that Mr. Grumpy is his race, but you know, wait for DRS. This activation point is literally 2 corners away. They're corner away now. But Mr. Grumpy is getting 2 tenths out of this corner to get a real chance. He didn't. He just got past Marlon. Now, a bit of a kerfuffle going on behind him. Also, well, let's come aboard Dino, but with Marlon now, because Dino has not got DRS. Marlon hasn't got the DRS. Really, they're all using it, to be fair, not really saving it up the last 2 laps, but this is going to get interesting between Dino and Mr. Grumpy. Dino has won back-to-back races in Mexico and USA. Can you make it a back-to-back-to-back? I doubt he will, as Mr. Grumpy. To be fair, if he does, then it brings it down to 8 points the gap going into the championship. But no, brings it down to 2 points, sorry, going into the championship decider between those two. And say will be an outside chance of 7, of 5th, or 14. So you know, let's see then. Gareth will knows his championship as well, and Julio is going to get the fastest lap though. Sector 2, yellow flag. Oh, what happened to... Oh, it's Campbell's, okay. Woods, Alimonda. It's Campbell's, it's a shame for Campbell's there. He was running quite well there. There you go then. DRS for Mr. Grumpy. DRS stay, potentially no. He's run out. He's not in it, but Diono has no... Oh, Mr. Grumpy's lost it now. He's pushing a little bit. Okay. Diono's played that well there. He's not made Mr. Grumpy get DRS. Mr. Grumpy knows. Diono's surely, yeah, not on it. He should be seeing the light as Campbell's retired. I think he's about to retire anyway. If Mr. Grumpy should know that the recovery light should come on Dion Knowles' car gearbox very soon. 2 laps to go then of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and Mr. Grumpy has now got DRS. Oh, but Dion Knowles clipped the curb. Back end lost a little bit. Just completely put the stay into it because Mr. Grumpy's gonna get out up. Almost tanked the back of the gearbox of. I don't think the stay will catch up. Mr. Grumpy's so far quick, so much more quicker than Dion and stay. Mr. Grumpy could win his, I think, 3rd race this season after spinning on lap 1, losing his front wing. What a recovery drive this has been. He's been lucky with 3 safety cars, but oh wow. Oy. Close to the barrier, you want to get as close as you can there. Now this is where both Dion and Mr. Grumpy need qualifying laps. From this point onwards, it's a short, you just got to go for it now. What a camera angle this is, by the way. Right down to the wire. DRS, ERS, use it all you can, and Dion's going to do what I did. Mr. Grumpy should play it smart here. Dion's trying to do what I did back in the day on F1 2018. Wait for the DRS. You can't do that. You can't do that because Stays in it is only right behind. If you're like 35, 40 seconds clear, he knows that he can't do it. He tried waiting for it. If anyone remembers back in the day in F5 when I done that 3 times on Jay Carter and still won the race. And Mr. Grumpy has a DRS though, and he'll come across the line to lead the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. He's out the title running, but he can dent the title advantage as much as possibly can. It's now 12 points to 8, so that's 4 points, that's 6 points. So Diono is now back in a position where he just has to win no matter what to be champion. If he wins, he's champion no matter what, basically, in Brazil. Diono's coming back at him. Is he going to try and send it down the inside? He knows that this is for the championship. He knows that if he gets ahead, there's 4 more points gained. Mr. Grumpy knows that. You know, he's not in the title fight, but he's having fun out there. Stay could come out deal nowhere, and that would throw the championship in all sorts of carnage going into the final race. I think Dino's kind of hoping that Stay does get him. Double up shift there. He's trying as hard as he possibly can, isn't he? I don't think he can catch up, you know. I think Stay might get Dino struggling. Oh, Thomas struggling. Mr. Grumpy struggling there. He's lost his car. They're all losing it, to be fair. The soft compound car is gone. Oh, Mr. Grumpy, very close. So they're almost losing it. Mr. Grumpy's got to take it easy. He doesn't flat it out. Stays right behind. Noel's got the DRS. ERS. Mr. Grumpy should win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Depending. I don't think he will. I don't think Noel will catch him up, sorry. And Mr. Grumpy wins in Azerbaijan from Noel and from Stay. The yellow flag because this try is spun. From Dino and from Marlon. It won't be Marlon. It will be Sarking, then Ali Monda. Then Luke Tered. And then Sabetti gets Marlon by 7,000 for the second. And Gerber will be disqualified from the Grand Prix. So it'll be Ishtry who comes home in P10. Obviously AI, I think there's a rule against AI, I think. And the round off the point positions are the 2 Williams boys. What a win from Mr. Grumpy. He drove like a champion of the past. No Gaffel out of the title. Out of the title reckoning. Yeah, he's out of the title reckoning, but he's fought up a great championship battle. But there's a 3-way title fight going into Brazil. Tom will be back next week to cover that alongside me. There'll be 8. It's going to be 6 points. The gap. But yeah, driver of the day goes to Drew Hostin. My driver of the day will go to Mr. Grumpy. Recovery drive, gets out in P1. I'm losing on that one, and he still end up winning the Grand Prix. So this is your running order there. Mr. Grumpy wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here for PSGL, going into the next week with this championship fight. 6 points is the gap between Dino and Dino. Dino scores 8 points. Dino did not get the fast lap in the end, so Mr. Grumpy scores 17 points. Dino gets 12 points. 10 points, I believe, is the gap to them. Oh, I just realised Gaffel was still in the championship reckoning, sorry. 17 points. So it is a 4-way battle. You just need to get fast lap and wins. So, we are in for an absolute storming. So, going into absolute storming end to the Grand Prix. So the season 4-way title battle between Dino, Stay, and Dino, and Gaffel with a massive outside chance, but he's still in it. You're not going to want to miss it at all. We're going into Brazil, a legendary track of the past, you know. This could get very, very interesting going into lap 36 next week. Tom will be back next week as well. But there are other events going on right now. You have got PSGL F12 going on right now if you want to go tune into that. And you've got PSGL F2 going on right now with the likes of Tom97 HD and Louis Welch, the greatest pad driver of all time. So, go and watch that. But I have been Jack Tyler. This has been PSGL F13. We are back next week, and Tom Kens is back as well. So you don't want to miss it. A 4-way title fight going into Brazil. 6 points is the gap. Whoever wins, if Dino wins, he's a champion no matter what due to countback. Stay, I believe, is 14 points back, with Gaffel 17 points back. Red Bull are the Constructors Champions. Congrats to them. But good luck for the Championship decider in a week's time, but for those 4 drivers. Be there. You don't want to miss it.